At the beginning, we focused on what we saw as the greatest immediate need, and that was to create, for a Jewish community in America primarily, that was unlike any that ever existed before in the history of the world, a spiritually based body of work that was intellectually interesting, emotionally satisfying, and spoke to that issue of the relevance of Judaism to life and of the personal relationship between people and God. We are not shy about saying that God is a central part of Judaism. It's not just ethnicity, it's not just gefilte fish and other things that are hard to digest. It is about us and the Master of the universe. We publish now in a variety of other areas. As we saw needs develop, for example, we saw that there were no Jewish 12-step books, and that Jews often used the fact that most 12-step meetings take place in church basements to be a reason not to seek help through that wonderful resource. Because they say, well, it's Christian, it's not for me. And so we created the first Jewish 12 Steps books. And through that, we hopefully have helped tens of thousands of people. In recent years, in going around and talking to leaders in the Jewish community, thought leaders, rabbis, I saw there was a great need for books on interfaith areas, the relationship between us and our Christian neighbors. And so we created a whole series of books on interfaith relations. At the same time, we saw that Christians really needed basic primers about Judaism. And so we have created a whole series, the subtitle of each of which is A Brief Understanding for Christians. And we have 6 titles in that series, from Jewish ritual and Jewish holidays and Jewish mysticism and the Jewish understanding of God, and most recently, the Jewish understanding of Israel, the Promised Land, a brief understanding for Christians. And that led us to see, you know what? Christians don't think they know a lot about Judaism, and they don't, on the whole. Jews think they know a lot about Christianity, but they don't, on the whole. Because we live in a society, the outside symbols of which, the national holidays of which follow the Christian calendar, we think we know about Christianity, but most Jews know nothing. And furthermore, they don't understand how the Christian world has changed in the last 50 years. So we did a complementary book called The Changing Christian World, a Brief Understanding for Jews. And so we see a need, we see an area, prayer. We won the National Jewish Book Award last year for our 10-volume series, My People's Prayer Book, traditional texts, modern commentaries, which we have been working on since 1995. And then we turned to the Haggadah and we did the same thing, creating commentaries. What are these texts really about? What are the words really saying? To open it up so that you can breathe it in, not just here, but here. And so we look at these areas and we see a need, and then we focus on it.